Hey folks, it's Bishopheals from the ECR Forums and host on Vape TV. How you guys doing today, baby? I'm here today because I'm reaching out to an old pal of mine over here, a fellow gamer. Yes, a fellow gamer. Now, this guy has been smoking cigarettes since yay small. Okay? So, and his name is Charles. And I have him right here on the cam. Charles, say hello to everybody.
What up?
Yo, yo. Listen.
What's going on?
Oh, nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just chilling, chilling, chilling. And, you know, people been asking me as far as, like, how do they get started on e-cigs? And then, you know what? This was the best example ever, I tell you. Because you're a smoker. You've been a smoker for how many years?
Shit, since I was 15. So, no, let's just go ahead and just say 15 years, because it was off and on. Who cares? 15 years.
Okay, 15 years. Now, and I'm pretty sure you've tried egos. And when did you try egos?
Shit, what, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago?
Okay, and what happened? Tell us what happened when you got started on ego. Matter of fact, do you still have it?
Yeah, I still got them. I got two of them, actually.
Let's see.
Alright, so, start out with this sucker.
Let's take a look at that.
Oh, let me take that back. I had the little like light up tip and cigarette for a while. That was my starter. Like, let me see what vaping's all about. It was all right, you know. It's fulfilled a little bit, but then got this thing, and it sucked.
Yeah.
It was like, well, I get a little bit of vape, but it isn't enough to contain the cravings. It was like a snack between a meal. You know, I'd have this between my cigarettes. Like, I don't feel like getting up and going outside. Let me just vape on this sucker, and then. Got the Claramizer.
Ah, yes, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, that made it a little bit better, although it was still just a break between meals. So quit that for a while. I was like, nah, this isn't doing it. And then got back into it. Got me a Pro Tank. So, but I'm still on the Ego battery.
Now, those Egos, are they variable voltage or like a spinner, or is that just straight up one battery?
All right, these two. No, they're straight up 3.7. This sucker, variable voltage.
Okay.
And I don't think I would have gone, like, I wouldn't have started vaping even more had it not been for the variable voltage, because it was just awful. On these, it was like, this is a joke, this sucks.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I went from this little battery to using my friend's mod. And it was like, okay, that's a significant difference, even on the Pro Tank.
And how long have you been giving it a try? When you started the Egos, like how long of a period did you go through before you hit back the cigarettes?
Shit, maybe a month.
Okay.
Where it was like, I was giving it a solid attempt, but it just wasn't doing it. It's like, you know, maybe I should give it a week and give it another week, give it another try. But it was still, I might smoke a few less cigarettes on a day, but for the most part, it wasn't a complete conversion over to full-on, like, vaping.
Now, what about the nicotine as far as on the juice? Do you recall how much nicotine you were actually using?
Shit, I think I had a 24 or 36.
Wow, and was that like 50-50?
Hell, I don't have a clue. I think so. Way back in the day when they didn't really talk about it, they're just like, you just get juice with nicotine content in it.
It's probably 50-50.
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine at this point.
Because I know when you wanted to try, I remember when you reaching out to me in the past about it, and I sent you some juices and stuff, and they were pretty high as far as the nicotine. I think they were a mixture of 50-50 and possibly 70-30. Probably Mountain Oak Vapors was the one that was 70-30, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it was granted, it tasted good. Not as good as I've experienced recently, but it was good, but it just wasn't enough to keep me from going outside and having, you know, like, let me go have a real cigarette real quick.
So in that duration of the year, you went back on cigarettes then, I'm assuming?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then, now this is why I decided we had to make this video, because recently we were talking and you said you really wanted to quit smoking and you really needed something that will get you off the cravings, right?
Yes, sir.
So, okay, so this is where this came out, because that's when I reached out to Rob from Fluid Vapor, and I asked him to send you a care package, and if you can highlight more or less what he sent you.
All right, so let me go ahead and try to take this apart real quick.
Well, as far as mod-wise, the mechanical mod that he sent you.
So he sent me the Nemesis clone.
Okay.
Patriot Addy. 28 gauge Canthal, 26 gauge Canthal, some cotton, 2 batteries, 2 Orb 25s. So I'm gonna pull those suckers out. Yeah, give me a demonstration. Give me a moment. 2 of these, and they're doing awesome. Even though it's kind of funny, I ordered some VTC 5s. Those have still not showed up. Apparently, there's a delay in their production over in China or some shit. I don't care. And where the hell did I put my... Okay, and I got my fluids.
Yeah, show us the juices.
All right, so I got Momofuku, or... I fucked that up. Momofuku, which is awesome.
How many milligrams?
12. They are all 12, sir.
See, they're 12. Oh my gosh. Okay, we'll put that on the side for a second because of the amount of nicotine. But go on.
All right, we got straw vanilla custard, which is my flavor of today, which is... Damn, this shit's good. I got Buka, which is... Well, I don't feel like running over to my door and get it for like my... I have it right by the door just in case I got to walk outside and I can reach in and drip, drip, drip. And yesterday's flavor, and so far my personal favorite, cinnamon titties.
Tell us about the cinnamon titties, baby.
Sweet baby Jesus, cinnamon titties, that shit is awesome! I mean, when I first dumped it in, it was like, all right, I don't know what to expect. I mean, I read the description, I've heard what you've had to say about it. I'm like, all right, I know it's cinnamon, and I know it's got some vanilla in it. First hit was strong cinnamon, but it had that nice back end of vanilla with it. And this is, of course, on a brand spanking new wick, brand new coil. Had never built one before, so it was like, okay, I hope this is good. And then, you know, it's like, hey, man, you got to break the wick in. Like, cool, all right. So I'd say I took about 5 more hits of it, dropped a little bit more juice on it, and at that point in time, it was that nice balance of flavor, cinnamon and vanilla with, you know, the chai tea with cinnamon, and it was like, holy shit, this tastes exactly like how I make my chai tea, and I can smoke it. It's like, yes, awesome. So, I mean, I vaped on that all day yesterday, and in the spirit of, well, let me go ahead and try these other ones. So last night, I did another coil build just to get a little bit of practice in. Dropped a little bit of Momofuku and gave that a shot. And I was like, all right, this is good, this is good, this is good. And my other buddy Creighton, he has a K fund, so he did that, and I was like, well, screw it, put this on there, and he picked up the Buku. So we were basically just going back and trying the flavor out. They were just so far anything from Fluid I've gotten has not been bad at all. Like ever. Even on a shit, like I dumped a little bit like yesterday when my batteries were charging. Where the hell is it? Like I got cinnamon titties in my ProTech here. And the shit. So even that, it was good. And not in the Patriot, but in the ProTank. In the ProTank, it's good as shit. So far on, no matter what the medium has been, even on the shit stuff, or not so shit stuff, but like let's say the so-so medium level stuff, it's been good. So, well, delicious. Hats off to you, sir.
Oh, hey, it's Rob from Fluid, you know, and his wife is the one that actually comes out with these flavors, and they're just astronomical, man. Totally astronomical. Forget about it, Miss Kimmy Kim.
I can say this: out of the circle of people I know, out of the people down here that I've personally showed them and had them sample it, I'm pretty sure a lot more business will be going, because like even the guys down here, I mean, we've got a couple good ones. Hell, we've even got a Mad Vape shop local, and people I've given it to, they're like, yeah, I think I'm gonna start ordering this stuff because this juice is on point. And it's like most of the time, like the stuff I get down here, unless it's ordered in from like a mass producer, even I don't know where the hell I get. I know one of them does Mountain Vapors down the road. That stuff's pretty good, but Yeah, I think fluid will be getting my business. I mean, so far it's like I got convenience down the street, but I got quality that I can order from, and I think that's the problem with brick and mortar stores right now. Is like, well, you got a lot of stuff just in case, but I'm going where quality's at, man. That's basically where it's at. That's what's getting me. Like, I haven't smoked a cigarette today at all. Been vaping all day.
Yeah.
Right
See,
here.
that's the other thing, because you wanted you're getting into drippers, and wanted to get you something that was pretty much like simple to build, simple to use. Not something that will be causing major lung hits that will give you that capability. But
Speaking
just,
of,
yep.
still
Well,
getting used to it. Still getting used to it.
on that Patriot, the two air holes are already they don't possess an AFC channel, which is automatic that will adjust the draw of the air. So what you have is like perfect to start off with, something simple. And as far as for building the coils, you tried it first time yesterday, and what was your experience on building the coils, on the micro coils?
Cakewalk. In all reality, looking at it initially, like from somebody who's never done it before, someone who's getting back into vaping, I don't care how much experience you have with building stuff hands-on or any of that nature. I mean, once you have your basic tool set, and hell, I watched your videos. I threw the sucker, pulled you two up, threw it on my TV. 10 minutes, done. I mean, cakewalk. I mean, in all reality, I mean, yeah, getting the amount of coil or a Kanthal to snap off at first is kind of a pain in the ass. I mean, I wasted probably a foot or two just trying to get measurements right. But that's the nature of learning. But, I've built 3 sets of coils now. And every time, more and more, easy and easy. Like the ones I built this morning took me 10 minutes. Last night, my first build took me 20, 30 minutes. Last night, between two of us, we were just cranking out coils just to try them out. I think we spent 30, 45 minutes just building coils and just trying stuff out. But easy as hell. I mean,
So it was just trying out coils, not that the coils popped. It was just more or less trying different builds to see what you like.
Yeah, I had no issue. There was no issue burning anything out. My wicks are still great. It was just a matter of, hey, like I'm the type of guy where it's like, okay, I've got this thing going. I've only built one, but I'm just gonna go ahead. I got the opportunity. Let me just go ahead and build a couple more just to get some experience under my belt, and that's what I did.
And so far, what you're enjoying now? What's the coil build?
I am on a 0.5 or 0.5 ohm dual coil. There we go. A little bit closer up.
And it's right in the middle. Let me see that. Get that a little closer to the cam.
There you go.
Black wraps right. Yeah, they're right there in the center. Yes, absolutely. That's fucking gorgeous. Oofa.
So, still getting a little bit used to it. Still like learning what I can take. Like I can take a pretty strong hit off of this thing. Still get my lungs used to it. But I mean, last night mostly dual micro coils. And we tried a sleeper build, which didn't end up too much, but the resistance was high enough, so it was producing a nice, flavorful hit. Just left me craving a little bit more, so I built some more this morning. So I went back to the dual coil, and so far I'm enjoying it. No problems.
Sweet. So my next question is, because in the beginning on the Egos, it wasn't satisfying you.
No, not at all.
I
mean, it was enough for like a snack between a meal. That was literally it. It was like, I'm sitting here, I don't feel like getting up. Maybe I'm gaming. And I'm like, well, I'm just not gonna get up for a minute. I'll just take a couple hits off of this thing. It left me not satisfied, but I wasn't completely disappointed. I was like, well, it's enough to get me by for this time being. However, I'm still going to run out and smoke a cigarette in 20, 30 minutes anyway, or an hour. Who cares? So that's the way it worked.
Now, my next question is, like you mentioned, it was like more like a snack between meals. Now, you were using higher nick at that time.
Yeah.
You were at 24 nick. And right now you're using 12 Nick.
Yes, sir.
And you're very satisfied.
Correct. I mean, it's strong enough, like I can feel it. Almost like shit. I've had a nicotine high. I got like pretty much almost everything I pulled yesterday. I was pretty much getting a Nick buzz. But today, after slowly getting used to it, I've gotten maybe one Nick buzz. So it's enough. 12 Nick on this type of build on a mod with the rebuildable is enough to get me by. Again, I haven't gone out for a cigarette. Yeah, I've craved nicotine, but it's almost like I'll put this thing down. And it's like, why am I craving shit? Oh, let me go pick it back up real quick. Take a couple hits. Good to go. Yeah, I mean, sometimes time flies, and I mean, right now I'm sitting here all day, so just take a hit. Good to go.
Yeah, my concern is the Nick level, if it was low enough. Believe it or not, in my mind, I wasn't thinking if it was strong enough. It was literally thinking, was it low enough to start? Because once you start going on a dripping frenzy, as far as on an atomizer, that you're building your own coils and you're doing 0.8, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, you're not going to be needing those high dosages of Nick at all in the juice, and you're going to be extremely, extremely satisfied without popping a lung.
Yeah, I mean, again, now not to joke around. Like this morning, I picked up one of the bottles of my 24 Nick just to like dump it on there real quick. Took a quick hit, and it was strong. I was hacking my lungs up. It was kind of like, man, I have not coughed this bad since I took my first drag, my first cigarette, way back in the day.
Yep.
But I mean, it wasn't the bad like, oh god, I'm gonna die. It was just, oh, that was strong. Not used to that. Dropped today's flavor of the straw vanilla custard. Dropped that on there, full flavor. Occasionally, I mean, you could tell. I mean, in this video, I've had like, basically where my lungs are like, okay, that's a touch much. So I'm still getting used to it, but it's still perfect. I don't, anything stronger would kind of be like, nah, I don't really need that right now. I mean, I could understand if somebody smoked like a carton of Marlboro Reds every day and just, could sit there in the back of a car exhaust and be fine, which is kind of impossible to believe. But I mean, if they were on that level or needed that strong of a hit, I could get if they needed stronger nicotine. But right now, 12 is fine. 12 works perfectly right now.
Yeah, and as you keep hitting it, you're gonna notice that you may reduce the level of nicotine. Right now you're on 80, more or less, I would say 80-20, or if not close to 100, and it all depends on what flavors, because on the juices, there are certain flavors that are based in PG than VG. And VG is what gives you the little bit more of a plumes, and versus PG. PG gives you more of a throat hit. So if you wanted more throat hit, you can say, you go to Fluid Vapor and just get like, he has 50-50 blends. And that would make it a little bit even stronger on the throat side of things. But to do the sub-ohm, what you're doing now, it's going to be a little too intense. And that's why, I asked Rob to send you those two different kinds of Canthal wires. And you're starting out right now with 28s.
Yes. So 28 is, you can clearly see it's open.
Yep.
26 is still flush, so I haven't touched it yet.
Yeah, that's going to be more intense.
Maybe one day, but right now, 28's the way to go.
And you got, what, 5 or 6 wraps on each coil?
This one I've got 6 on.
Oh, okay.
Last night, we were doing my first coil, I did 6 wraps. My second coil, I can't lie, I screwed one coil. Like, I had one coil burning perfectly. The second one wasn't firing properly, so I was like, chuck it, build another one. Took 5 minutes. That was doing fine. So those were 6 wraps. When we tried the sleeper last night, we did 7 and 8. Just tried it. My first sleeper was 7. My buddy's was 8. His worked perfectly. Mine was garbage. I mean, it tried, but only half of it was like, screw you, man. I'm not having it. And then this morning I did 6. So 6 is good so far.
Yeah. Yep. Now it's like, now it's just a matter of getting into the flavors of the juice, which I mentioned, like, your palate is going to change. Your palate's going to get a whole lot better. Like, after a few weeks of not smoking, and I'm hoping that this build or this setup is going to keep you off the cigarettes, literally. I mean, if you're already feeling the power of the nick and you're feeling that you're completely satisfied without a need of cigarettes, man, forget about it, man.
Yeah, I got a pack over here. Let me go grab it. Let's have a nice demonstration of this.
Woo! Better burn that pack, buddy. Better burn that pack.
So I bought this sucker Sunday.
Okay.
And everything out of it, aside from one. I smoked one. Actually, no, I was actually on my way outside to smoke yesterday when the package arrived. Like, I had cigarette in hand, looked down, like, oh, cool, package. Sweet, this is the package I'm waiting for. So I bought this pack Sunday morning, and 4, 6, 8, 10. So I got 12 out of it. So I smoked 8 on Sunday.
Wow.
Oh, wait, 7 on Sunday. I smoked 1 Monday morning. Went to the gym, came back, did my thing. Was on my way out to smoke my post-gym, post-shower cigarette. And looked down, there's package, and immediately it was like, screw this, I'm going to build. I've been itching to build since the package was announced it was coming. So, built up, haven't touched a cigarette since. So that's had one 10 a.m. yesterday, and that's it. Haven't had a real cigarette since. So,
do you have any cravings or no?
I get the nicotine cravings, but it's usually like post-meal, post-cup of coffee, middle of good conversation. I'm a definite social smoker. I mean, you get me in a social event, drinking or not, I'm going to fucking light up. And I haven't been in the house in like most of the week. Various reasons, however, I've been out. And in these social situations, I got this, or I've had a vape. And previous, so Sunday I was at a friend's house. And I had the cigarettes, but I had my little pro tank. I was using this, and so I'd probably vape on this for like an hour or so, and then after that I might go outside for one. It's like, you know what, this is good, but I want that real cigarette. Like it wasn't enough. It didn't have enough throat hit. It didn't have enough body to it to justify like fully switching over for me. I mean, that was just basically what I was looking for. With this, it's got enough of a throat hit to cough on. It's got enough of a body to cough on. It's got enough flavor, so it's like, damn, this is flavor. So, all good. I mean, noticeable difference. If I would put a percentage on it, I would say from vaping on an Ego, on a standard, let's say standard Ego battery with the Pro Tank 2, I would say 200% difference. I mean, it's obviously noticeable. Pro Tank 2 on the adjustable voltage, like I would usually vape at 4.0 or 3.7 to 4.0. Usually, I wouldn't crank it past that. On that, definitely 100% more. I mean, you definitely notice more flavor, more, more cloud, more vape, more throat hit, everything. I mean, it's just it's almost like if you're gonna vape, why wouldn't you get these things? And I just didn't know. I was ignorant to the fact. I'm like, Ahmad, man, that seems a bit too much out of my reach. And now it's like, why didn't I do this sooner?
That's really what it is. But some people find it a little bit challenging to get onto e-cigs, and this video was mainly geared to help those people that are maybe thinking as far as wanting to quit smoking cigarettes and getting onto e-cigs. And some people, unfortunately, they make the mistake of jumping straight into what you're actually using right now versus getting on the Ego, getting on a variable voltage Ego. There's a journey, and there's certain things that you need to experience and learn through that course of that journey. And
I can't disagree with you one bit, sir. I mean, going from the little sample, the gas station or e-cigarettes, which are, let's say the blues, for example. They're all right. There's something worth trying, I guess. For somebody who might have one cigarette every day, it's okay. Jumping from that to the Egos are a significant jump from that. But I mean, it's more, but it wasn't enough. And then jumping from the standard Ego to a Clearomizer to a Pro Tank, that's even a more significant jump. And then jumping from Ego Pro Tank to a mod and rebuildable, night and day. But I probably wouldn't appreciate it if had I not gone through those steps. I mean, if I were to start, like, if I look at anybody vaping, like, if you're gonna start, go ahead and get one of those, pay $10 for a little blue rip off, give it a shot, see if it's okay. I mean, are you okay with having that? And then invest more into it, because I mean, it's for a lot of people, it's a significant investment. That's a lot of stuff they look up front. Like, I could buy a pack of smokes for $5 or $10, or I can buy a mod for 20 to 100 or 300, depending on where you go and what you're getting in the quality. And that they'll look at that like, whoa, that's a lot. It's like, well,
it's a lot. But then when you tax on how much you spend on cigarettes in the course of a year, it adds on to $3,000, $6,000.
See, I usually buy a carton every week and a half, and the ones I get, these the shorts, they're cheaper. That's half the reason I get them. So that was about between $35 and $40 every pop. So
if you were to estimate, bust it on a calculator just to see how much it was, because I know state by state cigarettes are, it varies in costs. Here in New York, it's already up to almost $13 a pack. So for New Yorkers to do the switch is like, it's a no-brainer because of the savings. To drop $300 or even $600 in the course of a year in e-cigs, that includes juices, because juices can vary from $15 to $30 depending what you're actually getting, and the quantity. And you're spending a lot of money, in cigarettes compared to e-juice and the devices themselves.
So let's just go ahead and average it out. Let's say I was buying a carton every week, paying $40. So that's the most I would get. I would be spending around $2,000 a year on my cartons of cigarettes. So yeah. So let's say like I bought a little thing of juice, about a little bit less than this. And it lasted me for 2 weeks. Now, granted, I was still smoking cigarettes from time to time on it, but it still lasted me 2 weeks, and I paid $5 for it. $5 compared to $40, yeah, you're spending a significant amount less. And I mean, I don't care how much money you make, not spending that money is like, that's, well, I mean, I just said I spent $2,000 a year on cigarettes, and in my financial situation, that's a shit ton of money. In anybody's situation, $2,000, if you tell somebody give me $2,000 right now, they're like, whoa, shit, I ain't got $2,000. No, I got to save for that. But,
well, you got to look at it this way. Being a bachelor, the girls will love it. That's more money to spend on them altogether, man.
Well, I can look at it this way. When the Girl Scouts come up to knock on the door, they won't be ducking their hand into the ashtray and, pulling up a whole handful of cigarette butts this time. And Halloween, I hate Halloween because I love Halloween, but I got to go move my ashtray to the other side of the porch because the kids will come up and dip their hand in it. Like, no, kids, those are hot ashes. As entertaining as it is, it's wrong. So, crap. With this, it's like you don't have a mess. The most mess you're gonna have is, whoops, I dripped a little bit of fluid. Take a tissue, wipe it off. Done.
Yeah, and it's pretty safety. I mean, it's pretty safe as far as the locking mechanism on your NEMI that you have there. You're not gonna have any issues.
Yeah, so far, no problem at all. Like, I set it down, done. I mean, right now I just vaped off of it, so it's a little bit of a difference. But I threw it in my pocket last night. Fine, no worries. No dirt, no nothing, no walking, no shaking. Good, perfect.
Now, one thing, being that I was trying to give you some ideas on how to set up the coils and stuff, I forgot to mention one small little thing about the cotton. Okay, as far as when you're switching juices, and after it gets to the point that it's like you got that face, like you're doing one of these thingies, you're just like cringing. Okay.
Yeah.
So what you got to do is at that point is you can just remove the cotton and leave the coils, and then you do a dry burn on the coils, and then it cleans out all the gunk automatically on the wires. You know, so it's just a matter if you snip one of the sides of the coil of the cotton, and then you just yank the opposite side, it comes right off without moving the actual coil. And then once that's done, you can run it in water, in cold water, and then hit the fire button of your mod, and it'll start lighting up. Like you'll see like red wraps, like red coils, and then it clears off all that gunk from the juice, because there's certain juices that, like custard, especially like custard, heavy custard juices, it leaves like a black gunk, or sugary juices. It leaves like a gunk on the wraps, and then it hinders the performance. So when you do that quick dry burn, it cleans it out, you blow it out, and then you insert fresh cotton like if you just finished building new coils, because those 28 gauge wires and the 26 that you have are sturdy enough to handle, like, I would say like a 2-week or 3-week usage, or even longer if you take care of it by removing the cotton and then just do a dry burn. Now the other way of doing it is using a blowtorch, okay, after you remove the cotton, and blowtorch the actual coils. But when you do that, sometimes the black O-rings, the seals, they'll melt, and then it's a problem. You know?
Yeah, yeah, that would be bad. But so far, I mean, no problems. The wicks I pulled out yesterday were fine. Coils I pulled out yesterday were fine. Granted, I'd only been vaping on them for a couple hours, but these I've been doing all day and stuck in with the same juice. So far, nothing bad has happened.
And no cigarettes today. No cigarettes today.
Not one. Not one. This is the first. I mean, this is the first time I touched the pack. All in a day and a half. Actually, no. Last night I came up. I throw them by the door. I got my cigarettes. I got my lighter up there. I threw it by the door. Haven't touched it until demonstration. You know, however long ago.
Well, what you can do is you can crush them. Crush them. And throw them in the
I don't know if I'm ready to take that step right now.
Or you just want to stare at them.
Yeah. I mean, I'm also like, I mean, I have friends who smoke, so my mentality is, you know, they might be stale by the time somebody comes over, but they're there in case anybody wants them. Or hell, I'm all for vaping now.
You can get
most of the people come down here who smoke. I mean, we're converting them over. I mean, that's basically it. All it takes is a couple of us to go, hey man, check this shit out.
Wow.
And after that, like, I would say within the past 2 weeks, I have 2 friends who vape. That's all they do is vape, vape, vape. I mean, they might have a cigar from time to time, like just because of that cigar feeling. But the people who smoked cigarettes, just strictly cigarettes, they would, even people who don't necessarily smoke for the nicotine, they'd go out and get like an Ego battery and a small like Pro Tank, and they'll sit there and they'll get nicotine less juice, and they'll just sit there and vape on it, because we're all a big social crowd. We're all social smokers. So as soon as, you know, somebody lights up or starts vaping, it's like, oh, let me give that a shot. And then the next time we go over, hey, can you hook me up with doing this type of stuff? So it's usually a big hour-long conversation of, you know, here's what you get, here's what you do. Hey, let's go down to the vape shop, see what they got, and see how we can hook you up. So it's been a chain reaction of people just starting, and myself included. So
that's a good thing.
So you got 2 people, like one person who exclusively vapes, one person who vapes 99% of the time, B, who was like, it's mostly cigarettes, a little bit of vaping from occasion to occasion. Now, full on vape. Another friend of ours who went from smoking from time to time to just having something to vape on during social events. And a couple of various other people who are starting to look into getting the equipment. So anybody who's interested, it's like, well, here's my experience, here's where I went, here's where you should go. You know, let's go to the store, check stuff out, but, you know, ultimately, you know, I'm sending people to Fluid now. I send people to your site all the time. It's like, oh, you want to know about vaping? Check Bishop out, because the man knows what the hell he's talking about. And, you know, 5 minutes later, they're like in the middle of a video, like, holy shit, dude, I'm gonna run down to the store real quick. I'm gonna Go get some shit. So that's the truth of the matter. Even people in my family, people I meet at family events who smoke. It's like, even right now, because I'm the only smoker in the family. So when I go to family gatherings, I'm usually like, oh, crap, how am I gonna get away with this? Let me run out. So let me tell, hey family, I gotta run out to the street over here and go smoke a cigarette. So and come back in and you all look at me like, you do reek.
It's the smell. It's right. It's the reeking thing, and that's the other thing I'm gonna get to. Being that you're going on this journey, because this is a journey, and it is a rewarding journey, because you're gonna end up like everybody else. You know, like after 3 months goes by, you're going to be getting into so many different flavors, because it's more going to turn into like a hookah. You're still going to get satisfied, but then you're going to be like so enriched with so many different flavors. I mean, dude, I got tons of juices, all right? Tons. I got like, you know, from what people send me, and, you know, it's just tons. And I never get to finish it. So I'm constantly, you know, giving them away and stuff like that, letting people try. But it's the flavor, because your palate improves. And then the other thing is, it's that when you start walking certain places and they're smoking, or they reek of smoke, you're gonna find that it's gonna be kind of hard to actually even smell it, like literally inhale that. You know, it's like you feel like you're sucking down on a thing of tar. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I can tell you this, like, so I vaped pretty much for an entire day just to try it out when I got the Pro Tank. And basically when I came down to like, what am I craving? Like, I don't know, real cigarette, because of, you know, everything associated with it. Went outside, lit up, and it's like, God, this thing tastes like shit. What am I doing? You know, I had blueberry, I had passion fruit all day. It's like, oh, this is, you know, it's tasty. I mean, even on that, it was tasty. So going from that to this is even more tasty. But the thing is, I'm pretty sure, based upon that experience alone, I'd light up a real cigarette and be like, no, no. No. I mean, honestly, it's like, you know, when you're looking at your hands, like, any true smoker knows. I mean, you look at your hands. You got the nicotine stains, right? You know, I've done the lemon juice. I've done vinegar. I've done a nail brush. Because the chick I was with, she was like, "Dude, look at your hands. They're yellow." It's like, no, that's nicotine. I mean, I still got a little bit of nicotine stains, but you know that you're not gonna get it. It's not gonna happen. And even that, like, you know, I can smell my hands like, okay, yeah, nothing. You know, I got no problem, you know, reaching over with somebody like, hey, yeah, doesn't matter. I don't have any nicotine on me. Hell, I'm interviewing like crazy right now. So another benefit is I can go in and I'm not worried about, here I am in this monkey suit. I'm all dressed to the nines, got my shoes, got my pants, got my shirt, my tie, my vest, my coat. But I'm gonna walk in there smelling like cigarettes, and I've actually been turned down for a job because they're like, "Do you use tobacco products?" Like, well, part of the time, yeah, but they're like, "No, we're smoke free." But the thing is, you tell them vape it, you vape, and they're like, "What? What is vaping?" Like, well, it's got nicotine in it, but it's all the addiction with none of the bad shit associated with it, and it's colorful. I mean, not colorful. It's flavorful. It's plumes of vapor. Who gives a shit? And they kind of look at you like, I don't understand this concept. No, here's a great one. Here's the best story yet. So we're making coils last night. You know, Creighton's got he's got his K-Fon, and he's got a Nemesis, and so he's on his and I'm on mine, and his son's in there like, stop smoking, because you know he's used to me going outside to smoke. I'm like, I'm the family friend who steps outside, whereas mom and dad are inside vaping. And there's these huge, we're puffing clouds like crazy. And he's like, stop smoking. And it's like, I never thought in my entire life I knew that was coming because I did it to my parents when I was his age. But I never thought I'd ever have a counter argument to it as a kid, looking at like, I can go, I'm an adult, piss off. Or I can go, well, technically, there's no smoke. It's moisture. It's water vapor. There's nothing going to harm you at all. You're not going to stink. You're not going to go to school the next day, you know, going, guess I need to dump cologne on. You know, I mean, hell, back in high school, I don't know how we got away with smoking in high school because it's like, you're lighting up, you're walking into homeroom like, what's that smell? Yeah, I drove here and my parents smoke. Yeah, that's it. Sure. And they're like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. This thing, it's like, you walk in and you're like, that's a nice cologne you have on. Like, is that aftershave? Like, you can smell that shit? Awesome. I can feed my addiction need and still not smell like ass. I mean, because in all reality, let's face it, you smell like ass.
Man.
I mean, just recently stopped smoking. Even while I was smoking, it was like, when I'm scrubbing my fingertips, when I'm spraying on cologne for my chick, it's just like, dude, this chick's gotta love me because I know I would fucking not do this shit with me. So with this, it's like it's a noticeable advantage. Like I came home, I step out of the car and somebody's over there. They come over, give you a hug. Oh, you smell nice. Like, thank you. I don't smell like smoke. I mean, right now the only thing is like I got in my car today to go to the store real quick. It's like, damn, does my car? Yeah, my car smells kind of bad. Okay, yeah, I need to stop doing that.
Yeah.
So
your senses start to improve. When you get onto e-cigs. Once you start making a habit of vaping, you're gonna notice even doing laundry, it's pleasant because it doesn't reek of smoke, man.
Oh no, here's the even worse thing. So, I'm from Richmond. So, those who don't know, Richmond is where Philip Morris is based out of. So, growing up, my parents, even my dad worked for Philip Morris for a while, and friends of the family, like people I grew up with, their parents worked for Philip Morris. So, smoking was kind of embedded in the culture. You didn't really think anything of it. Even, going into someone's house and seeing that they work there, you're like, oh, cigarettes are kind of whatever. It's not so much that I'm tempted to smoke, but you're desensitized to it. So even from there, even having that pridefulness of tobacco and tobacco products, because, they've provided me with a livelihood when I was knee-high to a cricket. Even having that background, I can look and go, yeah, shit sucks. I mean, I can understand why. I have no qualms with, smoke. Smoke if you want to smoke, but now we have the technological advantages to go, well, you smoke because, you either want the habit, you have the throat hit, and you have the nicotine buzz, or what have you. Whatever reason you have it. It's like, again, all the advantage, or all the greatness of smoking, everything I love about smoking is right here with none of the crap associated with it. So, I mean, I'm content with making the switch, and fucking awesome. I mean, I'm going for people like, start out small, but eventually make your way to a mod and a rebuildable. Because holy shit, I imagine in 5-10 years, something else will come around, make it even better. I mean, I don't see it. Okay, so I've seen vaping from its inception. My buddy started vaping when it first started coming out. So I saw it come from like, you had the little light up cigarette, the blue, to if you wanted a mod or anything better, you had to make it yourself. I saw it from there, and now it's here. And it's only been a couple of years. So it can only get better from here. At least unless the government decides to take a dump on it. But, it's the government. You never know.
Oh, jeez. They never end. Oh, man, with these ordinances. Now we're fighting here in New York because they want to restrict flavored juices, e-juices, for crying out loud.
See, I have serious qualms about that. Like, I'm pretty sure you can go ask any, like when they got rid of the flavored cigarettes. Now, I wasn't too pissed about it because, my cigarettes were staying on the market, but I smoked Marlboro Lights and Camel Turkish Blues, which were kind of vanilla-y to me. And I remember them well because my son was born while I was smoking them. And they pulled those off the market, and I was like, why? What? Because they're flavorful? No, I'm sorry. When I started smoking, I hit whatever the fuck I could get my hands on. GPCs. The fucking no label that just said cigarettes on them in a white box. Yeah, I smoked those. I didn't give a shit. I just wanted a cigarette. I did menthols. I did reds. I didn't care. Flavor wasn't a fucking problem. I don't know. If somebody out there is like, kids start smoking this shit because of the flavor. No, they start smoking because they want to smoke. And, who gives a shit about ordinances? Who gives a shit about flavors? if I'm gonna have something like alcohol, if I want to do something, let me enjoy the shit out of it.
Absolutely.
Who gives a shit what if I want to kill myself doing something, let me enjoy it, for Christ's sake. I just leave me the fuck alone. If you find me dead, just, okay, well, he died doing something he enjoyed. As long as he doesn't hurt anyone else in the process, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I mean, in all reality, if I want to kill myself beating my dick like it owes me money, unless I'm hurting anybody, who gives a shit?
Absolutely.
And this shit doesn't hurt anybody. Like, I know I'm of age. I have the knowledge and wisdom to go, yeah, I know nicotine ain't great for me, but I like it. I have that enjoyment out of it. I enjoy smoking. I enjoy having the occasional drink that tastes awesome. Who gives a shit what I do with it?
Oh.
Who cares what flavor it is? Just let me have that enjoyment. And, I mean, even with vaping, it's like I can have tobacco, or I can vape cinnamon titties. And I can enjoy it. It's like okay, so yeah, this is good. I like this, and I'm not hurting anybody. It's not hurting anybody else. I'm not gonna dump it on a kid either. I mean, I'm fully damn well aware my kid is gonna be smoking in probably like 3 years. Am I gonna fault them for it? No, because I did it. It's life. You got to go out and expect it. Would I rather him vape than smoke? Yes. After doing it, after being there and experiencing it, like, well, he won't have to go through the experience of, hey, I was on a swim team. I used to be able to hold my breath for 4 minutes, but then I started smoking, and now it ain't so great. Well, on this thing, I mean, yeah, I can already feel it. It's not, I'm not as winded. And granted, I got to get used to it, and I still go out and run every day. I still hit the gym every day. But today, like today's experience, I hit the gym for the first time without smoking at all day, and it was already a better experience. So, on that note, no negatives so far, except for the occasional coughing. But shit, you got to get used to that. But hell, the juice is good, the mod is good, the RDA is good, the ability to breathe and not stink is great.
Now, the other thing you may want to try on is getting a tank RBA system. Like, being that you mentioned your friend that has the K-Fun, something similar to that, or even you can get like the Nautilus, let's say, something like this, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can actually build your own coils on this. I still haven't done the video yet, but I will be doing a video on how people can actually enhance their vape using this device. And it's a very affordable device. Yes,
I mean, so far, like with the going from the tank to a rebuildable, I mean, I'm doing pretty good. I've had to rejuice it twice today.
Okay.
And I mean, granted, I'm not taking super pulls yet. The clouds are pretty good, but I mean, it's still got a significant amount of juice associated with it. And I've had the sucker 3-4 hours now, loaded up. Last night I didn't have to refill. The only reason I did refill is because it was like, hey, let's rebuild some coils, or let's build some coils and let's try out some new juices. All right, cool. Okay, let's chief on this shit until it's done. And while you're on your nick high, you're like, okay, that shit's good. So after you do that, the only reason I pulled that off was like, well, it's not dry, but let me pull it off, and refilled it. So I've been, I opened this bottle this morning, like literally this morning.
Which one is that one? This
is the Strawnana custard.
Strawnilla. Oh, yes.
Or Strawnilla. Yeah, Strawnilla. My bad. It's delicious. That's all you need to know. It's delicious. So there's maybe, I don't know, 3 millimeters down from the top of the bottle that's gone. I mean, from where it started out at.
Yeah,
and that's all day. That's vaping on it all day continuously. And this is coming from a guy who smoked about half a pack of cigarettes a day. So.
But right now you're not really chain vaping. I don't think. Are you able to chain vape, or you're just doing like 1 or 2 pulls and you're satisfied?
Now, today's context is, I mean, I'm unemployed right now, so I'm at home. The only time I've left today is to go to the store, go to the gym. So I've been sitting here at my computer aside from making food or maybe on a phone call. Today, I've had the opportunity to take a couple hits now and there, or now and then. So, not necessarily chain vaping, but it's not like I mean, even now, I'm holding the thing. I'll take a couple hits, leave it alone for a little bit. I'll put it down, do my thing, pick it up, do my thing. And that might be a minute, that might be 2 minutes, that might be 5 minutes, that might be in the middle of telling somebody to go fuck themselves on Battlefield or something. But you know that's kind of context sensitive. However, even on that, I've only used that much fluid. Even under a stressful situation, or not so stressful, I mean, entertaining or not, the way that I'm used to it is like, let's say in a gaming scenario, hanging out with everybody, social situations, like, which is my main, like, I'm gonna smoke. Even in a social experience, I'm not using a shitload of juice. It's very cost effective, and this shit is good. It's not like I don't want to vape it. It's like, you know, like last night was the experience of I'd fill the sucker up, I look at it like, this shit's awesome. I mean, shit, cinnamon titties. I've been waiting for cinnamon titties. Cinnamon titties is awesome. and so the whole experience was like, oh, I don't really like cinnamon titties, but I want to try these other flavors. So yeah, I guess I'll try the other flavors. And so the Buka came out, the Momofuku came out, and they're pretty good. I mean, shit. For instance, like, so my friend's wife loves Sambuca, and so it was like, here, give it a shot. You know, and she basically was like one of those, like, what are you giving me? I know it's vape, but what are you giving me? And she tried it, and she's like, holy shit, it's spot on. I need to get this shit. And it's like, here you go. This is where you go get it.
It's that anise, man. It's just so flavorful. That is one of my favorite juices from Fluid, and they have like another anise with a little bit of blueberry, which is the blue pill. And it's, oh man, it's just off the freaking charts.
You just said my magic. I love blueberry. I mean, you probably see in my kitchen, I got a box of blueberries over there.
Oh, you gotta try this blue pill, man. It's just off the shizzle, man. So far,
so good. So far, like, okay, I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest fan of Sambuca. Like, if someone were to give me a selection of alcohol and say, what do you want? And Sambuca happened to be up there, I'd be like, I'm going to go somewhere else. You know, give them the choice. Sambuca, or the Buka, is good. And this is coming from somebody who does it normally, you know, who strays away from Sambuca. Buka is good. It tastes great. I mean, even if you're hesitant, it's like, it's got that kick at start. Like, even the cinnamon titties, it's got that nice kick at the start, and then that nice, even, you know, aftertone.
Yep.
Like, it's not like your usual vapor fluid where it's like you've got in the tank or the cheap shit where you got a little bit of flavor at the start and then it just goes bland. You don't have that. Not with this shit. Not at all. I've yet to have it.
Yeah, I enjoy the flavor as soon as it starts exhaling. I love to exhale it right out of my nose, and it just, oh man, it's like an explosion of flavor, man. It's totally an explosion of flavor.
And now the only qualm I will have, I'm not used to blowing up my nose. I'm like, okay, nose is a little bit moist.
Oh.
And I mean, I'm a hairy bastard. I mean, look at me here, hairy bastard.
Dude,
losing it off the top, but hairy bastard. So it's like, oh crap, I do have nose hairs. Okay, get used to that. But I mean, only on occasion. It's still like, that's so you got the scent, and then you got the throat, and the back of the tongue, and the front of the tongue, like,
now,
right on.
This right here, I did this on my show on Vape TV, and this rebuildable Addy is the mother of fucking Addies. The size of this freaking thing. This thing wails out so much freaking vapor, and it's just an amazing texture. of flavor that when it's, let me just, I gotta put like two of these in there.
Okay, laughing while inhaling still not good.
Well, that's because your lungs are not, you're breaking them in and you're cleansing all that. I'm telling you, you're gonna be able to breathe a whole lot better.
I mean, but on that note, like like as a rule, when you're hanging out with, let's say for instance, on a usual Saturday night, you've got 10 or 15 of us hanging around a table outside, all smokers. You learn around a group of smokers when to tell the butt end of a joke or say something that's going to make people laugh, just for the simple fact that everyone's going to go, you know what? I can't breathe now. Fuck you.
That's usually the next day when you're waking up.
Yeah. So, but even after that, even that moment right there, there's a prime example. Laughing with a full hit in my lungs didn't hurt. It was just, all right, I'm gonna cough. So I mean, even saying that, it's like, yeah, you can automatically notice that difference. And I'm pretty sure every cigarette smoker out there who's encountered that's like, yeah, that shit sucks. You just like, you feel it right at the bottom. You're like, oh fuck, that was funny, but it hurts so bad. So I mean, even that, just right there you go. Day 2 on this sucker, taking a nice, good, hearty laugh. That, I mean, I could feel it coming. It's like, don't cough. Okay, it's not so bad. All right, cool.
Well, that's awesome. That's totally awesome. I'm totally glad that you actually enjoyed Rob's care package.
Yes, Rob, to you and Rob, you have my appreciation. Honestly, rock on. I'm sending people your way because holy shit, not only was the care package awesome, but it's not just the items that came along with it. I can actually go, the stuff's quality. Well, it's not just cheap shit somebody's just handing you like, here, please hawk my stuff. No, I'm the type of person, I'm not going to give you anything or recommend anything I wouldn't do myself. So it's good. It's awesome. And you guys have my appreciation. Ultimately, it's a great transformation. I recommend it to any smoker, honestly.
See, my thing is, I like to send, I like to recommend sending care packages to people that are really willing and that are wanting to quit smoking, literally. Because, I mean, it's a great experience to get on vaping. If you're a smoker and you're trying to quit, even if you're not trying to quit, you get on vaping, it's going to make you quit off the bat. I mean, it's going to give you the same sensation, and you get flavors for crying out loud. Flavors.
Oh, side note, if you have a mustache, the Flavor Saver, if you blow out upward, you still get that nice hit of flavor on the Flavor Saver.
Yes, it does. Yes, it
does. So even if your partner, your significant other, doesn't smoke and doesn't experience the nice flavor, you can reach in and give them a kiss or something. And it's like,
oh, they can smell it.
Yeah, they're like, that shit's good. Like, damn straight it's good.
Because I'll tell you, dude, it's like if I walk wherever I go, they smell me. I mean, not that I smell bad. It's just that they smell me. And they're like, did you just come out of a bakery? Did you come out of a bakery, I tell you? And I'm like, no bakery. No, what cologne are you wearing?
The good shit.
Oh, man. But, it's I'm really grateful for Rob to do that, to send you the package and stuff, because I know you wanted to quit. You've been trying to quit for about close to a year, you've been telling me. And for the folks at home that don't know, well, Charles and I, we've been friends for years. We've been hardcore gamers and stuff, playing Battlefield, first-person shooters, RPGs, and stuff like that. And it's like, and it's annoying because he would actually leave in the middle of the game. I gotta go and smoke, and then you're waiting there for 10 fucking minutes, for this guy to come back to game. Now it's like you can hear him just literally wailing on his device, and it's like he can just vape while he's gaming, and no problems, no issues.
Yes, sir. Now, actually, to give a perspective on timeline, we started we started talking right after Left 4 Dead came out, and we started seriously hanging out and gaming on Left 4 Dead 1.
Yes.
So it's been that fucking long. And yeah, the primary example I can think of is right in between, or we'd have a death or something. I'm like, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette real quick. And this was before I got the wireless, and I would come in through the doors right there, and I got so. I mean, I got my front door there, but I usually smoke out back. I could come in, and my desk has been here for a while, and I would hear them like through my headset, or before I had it, even without a headset on my speakers. Where the hell are you? Smoking. Give me a minute. I'm coming. Bear with me, and I have my addiction. Bear with me a second. But even in that group, I was one of 2 smokers. Maybe 3 at any given time. So it's like you got a whole crowd of people, especially in Battlefield, and there's a shitload of us at one time. It's like, dude, really?
But Balls was always smoking.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But he smoked it. He smoked it in the house. He was just like, you'd hear him light up. Like, I don't give a shit. My house. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's my house.
Well, he quit cold turkey and he went into cigars. So his thing is cigars, which reeks a whole lot worse than cigarettes.
I can agree with that, but the funny thing is, like, I actually like the smell of cigars.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, like, I'm not the biggest cigar smoking fan, but like at one point in time, I've got cigars from when my son was born. I'll occasionally pick one up where somebody's like, oh, this is a really good cigar. It's like, oh, I might pick one up for somebody, or I'll pick one up for myself. But I used to I used to go out and get cheapos, and I'd like crumble them up and just kind of leave them around as like potpourri, I guess you'd say. Yeah, call me whatever the hell you want for that one, but I enjoyed the smell of it. It had that nice earthy smell to it, and especially if you got it out I had it out my ashtray, so when I throw a cigarette down, when the cigarette would catch it, I'd have that nice, lovely smell coming up. It's like, I like the smell of cigars. I just don't like smoking them all that much. It's just too much for me. And cigarettes smell awful. No lie, they just do. I don't care what you got. I don't care what flavor you got. I don't care what brand you got. They smell like shit. And you don't necessarily notice it until you like. I think the best example of how you smell like shit is everyone who goes to a bar. Like, we can still smoke in bars down here, but that's about it. So we go hang out at the bar. I'd be there for 15 minutes. I would come maybe 15 minutes. I would come home, and even if you've just smoked, you're like, God, what is that smell? What is that? There's no way in hell. Oh, that's me. I smell like a fucking bar. No, I smell like 15 people in a fucking clouded room smoking cigarettes. And even though I was a smoker, I was like, holy shit, that reeks. I'm throwing this shit in the washer right now.
Yep, it happens. It happens.
So there was that, and but shit. I do this at the house. That's why I like. And the thing is, I'll go upstairs and I'll come back down. It's like, I still have the scent lingering. That's. I need to go get some more.
So, Charles, I got to cut this short. I do appreciate you, coming and spending some time and at least helping out other people that are interested in getting into vaping and they're not sure of some of the experiences. And I'm glad you shared some of your experience on your journey, from egos to right now as far as getting onto a mechanical mod and a dripper. So I totally appreciate that. So
anytime, brother. Just the hell. Anybody got any questions or got any advice or get any thing for somebody who's starting out with this? Or so I've had a decent journey so far, but I'm still starting out in this department. Anytime.
Absolutely. I totally appreciate it. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to put them down on the reply back on the YouTube, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. That's for sure. So with that, guys, thanks to Charles again for coming. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. Live hard and vape hard. Forget about it.